Hello, I'm Cookeville City Manager James Mills, and welcome to this week's edition of Cookeville City Update. Today, I'd like to provide an update on our Spring 2025 street resurfacing program. Over the last 3 fiscal years, we've invested approximately $5.5 million to repave city streets. For the current fiscal year, which ends June 30, we budgeted just over $2.4 million. Of that, nearly $1.5 million was spent last fall resurfacing several miles of city streets. While Rogers Group has handled paving services for the city for many years, Vulcan Materials is our new paving contractor following our latest annual bidding process. A few weeks ago, Vulcan informed our Public Works Department that they would be available to begin paving this month. The top priority this spring is resurfacing East Broad Street from the East Triangle to North Walnut Avenue and West Broad Street from North Walnut to North Cedar. This nearly 1 mile stretch includes significant on-street parking, which will also be repaved. Last week, Vulcan began milling these sections at night to minimize the impact on traffic and local businesses. Paving crews are now returning this week, also during nighttime hours, to complete resurfacing. As part of this work, we've requested that Vulcan remove the mid-block pedestrian crossing between North Jefferson and North Washington Avenues. While this may not happen until this fall, it's an important improvement for pedestrian safety. Mid-block crossings are dangerous for not only pedestrians but also drivers. They impede traffic flows, and in this case, with crossings at signalized intersections mere feet away, are completely unnecessary. They are discouraged by the federal transportation guidelines and have been repeatedly identified for removal in transportation studies completed for the city over the past 20 years. Some citizens may wonder why Spring Street isn't being resurfaced along with Broad. The reason is that it's a state highway and therefore the responsibility of TDOT. In addition to Broad Street, Vulcan recently completed milling on North Oak Avenue from West Broad to West 4th Street, another area with heavy on-street parking that will be resurfaced in the coming week. Looking ahead, starting around May 1st, daytime paving will begin on streets in our priority 2 and 3 categories. These include Mitchell Avenue, Crestwood Drive, Woodmont Drive, Cinderella Lane, CC Camp Road, and West 4th Street between North Cedar and North Dixie. Restriping of newly paved streets is scheduled for later in May. In addition, we plan to repave internal streets within the city cemetery to enhance both accessibility and appearance. We're also finishing a new parking lot on North Cedar Avenue, which we plan to include in this round of paving. By coordinating efforts while crews are mobilized, we can maximize efficiency and minimize disruption. Please note that weather conditions, particularly rain, may delay some of this work. Vulcan only has a limited window for city paving before they have to move on to other obligations. We appreciate your patience as we work to improve our streets. Once completed, these upgrades will provide a safer and more comfortable experience for everyone. That concludes this week's Cookeville City Update. We look forward to keeping you updated on city projects in the weeks ahead. Thank you and see you next time.